People aren't angry enough, okay? They're not angry enough about what's going on in the world. And because everybody's just trying to chase happiness and be pleasant and happy, things are getting worse and worse. I'm making this video so that we can talk about how you guys can help me. Because the fact that I am not super pleasant pisses a lot of people off no matter what it is that I say. So when I make my videos, there are always going to be bad actors, even outside of these cyberstalkers. People are always going to come in and try to discredit what I'm saying because they don't like me for various reasons, but that is one factor. So since they're going to do that, that is going to happen. I've gone through this for years. You don't know what it's like. You don't know my life or what I've been through. I have learned over the countless experiences that I've had with this, that they are going off of my titles and thumbnails to discredit me in the comments. They don't watch the video. I know they don't watch the video because I used to be so suppressed that my average watch time was like 30 seconds in like a half-hour video. So they're literally going off of the title and thumbnail. Why on earth am I going to give you an accurate title and thumbnail if you're going to exploit that to discredit me in the comments? If I can't attach watch time to prove that you didn't actually watch the video, if we can't attach a counter to the ad and all these other solutions to stop cyberstalking and slanderers in the comments section, then the only thing that I can do is prove that you didn't watch by doing what isn't clickbait or rage bait, but what I like to call slander bait. It is on you for not watching the video and going off of the title and thumbnail if you're going to discredit me. My titles and thumbnails have to do with my video. Something in my video relates to the title and thumbnail, but it's very interpretive, so I know the meaning, but you don't. You'll only figure out the meaning or have a chance of figuring out the meaning if you actually watch the fucking video. So if you don't, and you just go off of this vague title and thumbnail, you will prove to everyone that you didn't watch it. And that way, since you guys are saying that you're going to be there for me and you're going to check out my comment section, please keep checking out my comment section. Even after you've watched the video, after a week, after a month has gone by, go back and check out the comment section. But since you guys said that you're going to do that, now it's easier for you to prove that they didn't watch it because they're going off of these vague titles and thumbnails, and you saw the video, you know what it's about. So I'm going to go in more depth now throughout this video to show you ways that you can help me when arguing in the comment section against them. Because what I need you to keep in mind is that we are not trying to be at war here with commenters. There are some commenters that are insane. So if you want to deal with them however you want to, fine. But you need to know that there are some people who are genuinely just misunderstood and they are willing to change. So if you take this approach, then this way we can build bridges and communicate and create more allies, get more help. So please take this in, what I'm explaining to you, and try these tactics when you're arguing with people who didn't actually watch the video or people who got offended. Because people who get offended by things, oftentimes it's not a personal attack on you. Even if they are attacking you, it's coming from their own trauma response. It's coming from a personal place and they just don't know how to handle the information that you're telling them. So if you deal with it appropriately, you can actually sway them and recruit more people on your side. Don't just write them off. Just like how you didn't write me off, don't just write off any commenter you see who didn't watch. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. And one of you pointed out to me that one way that you could help me with the algorithm is not only by commenting under my videos once they're over, because I know I do premieres a lot, but leave a comment anyway, but also for the people who are watching. Some people like to comment as they're watching the video and comment on different pieces instead of typing one long wall, and that way you produce more comments, which helps me in the algorithm. So if you're willing to do that, then break up your comments into multiple comments in my comment section as you're watching. So I was going to do this in a different video, but I wanted to instead incorporate it into this reading the comments video, where I want to talk to you guys about me embracing the chaos, because people wonder, like, Kurena, why is it that if you got all these hate comments from these stalkers and all this harassment, why do you bring more of it onto your channel? Like, how does that make sense? And it's because it's there. I can't stop it. They are here. And so if you're going to be attacked and called names and stuff anyway, and if you're nice about it, no one's going to listen to you or take you seriously, then your best bet is to embrace the chaos. Because you have two options. You can either let them bring chaos to you, where you're completely out of control, where you don't know what to do. They are just running you around, spinning you in circles and slandering you, and no one's listening to you, and you are hopeless and helpless. Or you can just say fuck it and walk into the flames and tell everyone, I will be everything that you say that I am, and you're going to listen to me even if you hate my guts as a result. My voice will be heard. Because when you do it that way, you then have control. You make the first move, you have control. If you look at the way that computers play chess, whichever one goes first always wins. And so that means that you making the first move gives you an advantage. If I make a YouTube video where I'm just trying to be pleasant and stuff, and then they just harass me and slander me, then, you know, I'm screwed. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't defend myself. But if I put myself out there and I choose to be a certain way to get a reaction out of people, then that means that I already know how I'm going to affect everyone listening to me. I know the type of reaction I'm going to get, so I can respond to it accordingly. I can adapt because I'm the one who laid the foundation. But if somebody else brings it to me, then I will be out of my element. I won't know what to do. So in its own toxic way, it is my comfort zone. It is my wheelhouse. I know how to maneuver in that way if I can make the first move. So for the record, I just want to clarify that when I bring on the hate, it wasn't the title and thumbnail that was me bringing on the hate. It wasn't the topic. It was the delivery. It was the fact that I told everyone I was going to be addressing their criticism, and I pretty much said fuck you for like 40 minutes straight to those same people. That was me bringing on the hate, and it's something that I just do on instinct. I've explained this in part 7. I've explained this in part 6. So if you want to hear more of an explanation, you can watch those parts. But me bringing on the hate is separate from my title and thumbnails. The thing that made the hate go out of control, the part that I was having a hard time dealing with, was the fact that I told everybody, tell me what you think in part 1, and then I shadow banned everybody. That wasn't like some sort of failed plan or something. It was the fact that the stalkers came back and I was trying really hard to get rid of them by blocking everyone and everything. So that part I wasn't prepared for. Outside of that, the whole me bringing on the hate thing is something that I've had to do where I'm just like, screw you guys. And it's a whole separate thing. So if you don't understand it, I don't know, I can try to clarify in the comments. It's hard to explain, but the point is it's separate from my titles and thumbnails. So that's why I do these things. As for my thumbnails and stuff, when I make these thumbnails, it is meant to encourage people to think critically because it is important. It's a message that I'm spreading on my channel. So when they see that they were misled, it makes them think more critically. This way, when you go look at other YouTube videos, you won't just write people off. You're gonna be like, well, man, I wrote Kurena off and then she said all that stuff. Let me give this YouTuber a chance. Let me give this a chance. It's a message I am spreading because it's something that I believe in. So I'm gonna read this comment out to give you some perspective on what I'm talking about and why my formatting is so important, because I just gained a subscriber from the very formatting that I'm talking about. And this is a subscriber that's likely to be a loyal one, likely to actually defend me. I need people who are ready to walk into the flames with me and help me because they are coming for me. Like, these stalkers are just harassing me, and I need people like you in my corner. Okay, so one of the comments I want to read out is this person says, I'll be honest, you've made some very valid points. It's true. There are those who milk this drama when this has been going on for several years. However, can I present a question? Where is the line between not being privy to certain facts and being purposefully ignorant towards a certain subject matter to the point where it becomes valid as toxic behavior? When I read that again with the paranoia, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if this is Adam, but I was just like, I think this is somebody who's just pissed off and not paying attention. And they're like, I asked this because when I see you are the problem, and I was like, oh, okay. All right. They got mad at the thumbnail. I started to look at myself and my actions to see where exactly I fucked up. That's the problem though. So I only knew and subscribed to Illuminati about a year and some months ago. Never heard of her prior. So all this information about her past actions are completely new to me. And so like they got super defensive. Like you can read this comment, but they're basically getting defensive because they're like, you're going to blame me when I didn't know her history. I didn't know that. And again, I'm telling you guys, projection. When people don't understand your intentions, they will project their own. If they don't understand how you're thinking, they project their way of thinking. If they don't understand what your intentions are, they will project their fear of what your intentions will be, their own fear onto you. So when somebody says something about you that's not true, the reason why I am not personally affected when I see hate comments, the reason why I was able to have a completely uncensored comment section for 4 years, even though people were shitting on me all day, is because I know that it's projection. If it does not apply to me, then it is you projecting. So, you know, they said all that stuff and they're like, I hope you find a way to live a less stressful life. People always do that. Just like with Curtis, it's like, you're just so negative. You're just this miserable. You're just miserable. You're just trying to make everybody else miserable. And you know, I'm just like, okay. And they're like, this is not some attack. It is. It is. You don't think it is, but it is. And it's because you feel attacked. you're literally lashing out at me because you feel like you just got attacked. It says, I'm just stating facts. It's like, you wouldn't have to excuse it if it wasn't an attack. And then they say, best of luck to you and your channel. I was like, well, damn, that's passive aggressive. So I did what I wanted to do before all the harassment with the trolls and stuff, right? I'm like, well, let me respond to this person because this is something I can clear up. They're genuinely offended. I don't mind clearing this up. I did what I always do. This is what I encourage you guys to do to correct the record in my comment section. Ask questions, because once people have to answer a question, they then have to provide context. If they're missing context from the video, they can't answer your question. So definitely ask them questions that force them to give more details. So I said, what part of the video made you believe that you were responsible for subscribing to someone without any prior knowledge of their toxic behavior? Why did I ask it that way? Because there's not a single thing in my entire video that does that. So for them to answer that is for them to have to lie, which will mean that they're the troll, or for them to answer that would mean that they would have to go watch the fucking video and give it a chance, like an actual chance. So then I provide context for them because, you know, that's not enough to get them to respond to me. I said, when looking at controversy, if the viewers and commentary channels only speak on those issues for sport without adding anything to the discussion, they will make the situation worse because it creates an incentive for drama to only be spoken of when it is considered viral worthy and so absurd that it is entertaining. That in turn affects the victims of these situations in the sense that their circumstance has to be so stressful that it can be used for entertainment and drama. Whether you learn of someone's actions when they are first present or you unfortunately only recognize them after their behavior becomes viral, it is then and only then your responsibility to do what you can to make the situation better, or you are part of the problem. And that was stated in every video. So that was my way of basically asking them for context that does not exist in my video, so they're going to prove that their statement is false, while also providing them the correct context of what's in every video to show them you didn't pay attention to any of them. I made all these videos and you didn't pay attention to a single one. It is constructive. I am being respectful. You don't have to lash out at people in my comment section. I haven't seen anyone do it. I'm just telling you, this is how you come back at these people. It's very important to note that you should try to avoid telling people that they didn't pay attention or tell them how they think and feel. People are much more likely to change if they can recognize it themselves. So you have to provoke a thought in their head that makes them have to figure it out for themselves. That's why I ask questions that will naturally draw them to the conclusion, oh, I didn't pay attention. If you just tell them, they're just going to wall you off and not listen because people can't take criticism. That's the reason why I don't phrase it that way. This works on an individual level, so that's why you don't see me do this in my videos that much. So funnily enough, this person said, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting a response from anyone, let alone the video creator. They don't, because they are screaming into the void, you guys. Just like how I was with Curtis and I did not think he was going to respond. People who are upset, genuinely upset, are screaming into the void online. So this person's like, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting a response from anyone, let alone the video creator. I was just putting in my 2 cents. It's like what you were saying, you saying you. When you start saying you, especially when I'm a small channel, I see your comment. I see every comment on my videos, you guys. I had a supporter who said, you probably won't even see this anyway. And it's one who be talking to me regularly. I see all the comments. If I miss one, it's a blue moon. And so they said, I was just putting in my 2 cents. Ironically, I saw your latest video regarding where you elaborated that you intentionally made the title of the video to more or less grab people's attention and make others think about this Blair situation in a light they perhaps did not before. So for that, I will apologize. I'm like, you and me on good terms already. I have no hard feelings if you're able to just own up right there, you know? I'm not gonna hold it against you because everything you said doesn't apply to me. It has nothing to do with me. That was you going through something. You started to feel guilty or you started to have some sort of issue that made you act defensive. It's not a personal attack on me, so I'm not gonna take it seriously. So for that, I will apologize. It was never my intention to insinuate you actually believed everyone who knew about or were subscribed to Illuminati were the problem. It's like you didn't intend it, but that's what you were saying. And that leaves a stain on my character. Like, people really don't think about the ramifications of what they're saying online with these anonymous accounts. They're literally just screaming into the void. But at the same time, not this person, but people will be criticizing me like, oh, but your commentary is just so harmful. It's like, I am a content creator. I'm a single person. I'm not an anonymous account, so I'm held accountable for all the crazy shit you see me saying. You as an anonymous account, you can just delete your comment. You can change your name. You can make a bot account and back yourself up. It's not the same. It's not the same playing field. You have all the power, not me. You making these statements about me is way more harmful than me talking about you in a video. But the sympathy will only go the other way around. And it says, you were subscribed to Illuminati were the problem. It was never my intention to insinuate you actually believed everyone who knew about or were subscribed to Illuminati were the problem. And I've seen other channels tearing you apart and even make the completely incorrect claim you are one of her supporters and even her sister or some shit. We all know what channels you're talking about. There's definitely a channel that we all know of. Okay, I'll tell you, that was the dumbest move he fucking made. I don't know what was going on in his mind. I really don't. Like, if he ever did message me, which I genuinely don't think he ever want to speak to me. I don't think he wants to ever think about me again. I think I'm gonna be haunting him and he just hates my guts. But like, if I could talk to him, I just want to ask him why. What made you think that that was a good move for you? What made you think that that was a good idea to call me her sister? People actually think I'm her sister. Oh my God, that's a stain on his career. Like, he needs to do something about that. It says, and I have to say, that's bullshit. They did that to you. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see you are against their toxic behavior in the rather poor manner other channels are addressing. Other channels? Because I only know of one. So if you know of another one, let me know in the comments. Are addressing the drama. Poor manner is putting it nicely. It says, I'm so sorry that you're going through that. And please believe me when I say I never meant to be rude or aggressive. You never meant to, but you were. And you gotta keep that in mind. Like, we all have to hold ourselves accountable. Sometimes I act in ways that I wish I didn't. So I try to focus on it so that I can try to avoid it in the future. You have to focus on it. Do not run from it. And do not excuse it, except the fact that you did it because you were aggressive. And then that way you can avoid this type of embarrassment, in the future. It says, I simply felt at the time that the video came off as rather angry and seemingly misguided, but I've done some digging and come to find you have a very good reason to be so upset. Thank you. And honestly, again, like people keep accusing me of lying about how Curtis's subscribers came over to me because he still has most of his subs. But they really did. That's why I did that apology and stuff, because I don't want him to get canceled for being stupid. Like, I don't want to be responsible for that. I don't want that weighing on my conscience. And then they sit here and they're accusing me. They're like, you just want people to think that you don't want to cancel him when you secretly want everyone to He's doing it to himself. This person saw his video themselves after writing me the fuck off. And they're like, what the hell is wrong with him? That was all his own. Every strategic move he made against me was him shooting himself in the foot. I didn't do it. They're like, you're just like Blair. You're just doing a fake apology when you actually want people to hate. I'm literally trying to save him. You don't even realize I'm trying to save him from himself. Okay? Like, he lucky I'm not anybody else on YouTube, you guys. If I was anybody else, his career would be over already. Like, he really don't know. He really don't get it. Anyway, whatever. So it says, but I've done some more digging and come to find you have a very good reason to be upset. So for all of that, I sincerely apologize. I accepted your first apology. I accept this one. We are good. I hope more people start seeing the truth and reasoning behind what you've been saying, because yeah, you've been wronged, honestly. Yes. Like, again, you're putting it nicely. I'm sorry. But like, all the comments I got, like, the thing about Curtis is that he didn't tell people to attack me. And I don't know if he consciously realizes this or not, but what he did was he made it so that people didn't know who I was, but gave them enough information to find me if they wanted to. So what that does is that all the people who would have given me a chance don't want to come over to my channel because of the things that he said, because he made me sound so crazy and then told them not to, quote unquote, harass me. So anyone who was willing to hear my side, for the most part, did not want to come over because of that. However, people who want to harass are not going to listen to that. And if you give them any information, they're going to go. So the fact that he called me by my name, the fact that he showed my unique picture, my name is unique. There's only one other person called Kurena on the internet. It is a completely unique name, and it is a new anime character. So you simply calling me Kurena means people can look me up. You showing my picture, they can easily spot my format. As awful as he says it is, they can spot it though. So you did send people my way and they were slandering the fuck out of me and all that stuff. And that is a stain on your career, Curtis. So for all that, I sincerely apologize. I hope more people start seeing the truth and reasoning behind what you've been saying, because yeah, you've been wronged, honestly. Then it says, Christ, I just hate how, I'm sorry, the way they said it. Christ, I just hate how, as an outsider, you can never know anyone's true intentions and it fucks with me. Yeah, there are ways to tell, actually. You won't always know, but you can actually read people. It just takes practice. you stick around on my channel, you know, you'll learn more about that. But yeah, it says, I loathe dishonesty. That's why they don't like him. It says, and I like to think I'm a decent, rational person. But you're right. I think it just made me assume you were angry for the sake of being angry, but what you're trying to tell people is important. And honestly, I think there's a lot of sexism being held against you. There is. Like, Curtis can make me out. He can drag me across the internet every day to make me out to be some sort of feminazi. There is sexism. I'm gonna show you this from the from part 4. I showed you guys the website that was talking about why comment sections are toxic, and there's this part on the website that I didn't put in part 4 because I knew he was gonna clip it and make me look like a feminazi, but I'll put it here. Commenters are often, more often than not, male and of a lower education. Like, remember when I got stalked 3 years ago, you remember the dumbest fucking comment I got was, the feminist lesbian can't, what's wrong with lesbians who want equal rights? It's like, what the fuck? Like, literally, because my voice is not high-pitched and kawaii desu, they're like, you are a lesbian. They used to call me trans all the time. They're like, she's trans, you're trans, lesbian, feminazi, bitch. Like, they were just trying so hard to put this like caricature onto me because they can't see me. They can't talk about anything about me because they can't see me. So all they can comment on is my voice. But it's a lot of sexism. It really is. I literally got a comment on the Curtis apology video. The dude literally said, I didn't watch part 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and I didn't even see Curtis's video. But who do you think you are, his mother? Because I said that I'm not completely sorry and he needs to feel his feelings. Like, who are you to teach that to him? You think you're his mother? It's like, that is some sexism right there. And the irony is that Curtis is the one who brought up tough love first. But no one's going around calling him my father. You're trying to be her dad, you know? But you know, whatever. It says, which disgusts me. Yeah, I'm subscribing to you now. I'm subscribing to you now and will be checking up on your uploads regularly. I hope I didn't upset you. I just honestly didn't know how much others are bitching about you. It's disgusting. Keep up the good work because otherwise dumbasses like me because otherwise dumbasses like me would have never even known. Oh my God. And so here's the thing. I love you to death. The thing is, what people don't get is that passion that you just got out of hatred is what makes me make videos. Like, people don't understand that I'm living out of spite. Like, they don't get it. They're just like, why do you keep talking? It's because I hate you all. Like, that's the reason. So just like with this person, they subscribed to me because of how disgusted they were. And I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth about this soon, but the reason why I embrace the chaos is because they're already calling me all that stuff anyway. So this just goes back to why I embrace the chaos, because people like this come along to support me. It's the only thing that I have to fight back. It's the only way, because I want to, but I can't just trust that people are going to be there for me. Like, it's no offense to you guys, but yeah, I kind of need people to prove it. I can't just believe in people because of the things that happen to me. It's a trauma response. I just can't. So with all that being said, I have no hard feelings against you and the things that you said. You should feel regretful of it because that's going to help you to improve yourself. Any mistake you make, any embarrassment that you have is an opportunity for you to self-reflect and grow and become even more of a person that you're proud of. So you shouldn't, just beat yourself up about it, but you do need to hold on to that feeling for a bit so that you can reflect on what led up to all this so that you can try to avoid it in the future and rectify that behavior. But you and me are fine. I am so happy that you subscribed to me. I'm so happy that you gave me a chance. I'm happy that you actually did some digging, as you said, all that stuff. Like, I respect you so much. There are no hard feelings. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. And please comment on my videos. Check out the comment section. Look for these stalkers if they're like responding to people. Come back to videos you've already seen and check out the comments. I think that they might be laying low right now because of all of this attention, but I don't think this person's going to go away. I think that this person would come back even if months went by. So always check out my comment section because they really do want me to fall. And try to like share me around and stuff, like try to help promote me. I don't really know how that type of stuff works, but if you know anybody who you think you can share me to and they'll like what I have to say or be interested in it, then please help me because it's so important. All right, so with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Just so you guys know, don't forget I do have an art channel if you want to support that too. So yeah, thanks again. Thank you for giving me a chance, and I will see you all next time.
You cut my heart in a million pieces. be so heartless? You cut my heart in a million pieces. Damn, why you gotta be so heartless? Why you gotta be so heartless? You got me like